Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the match between Barcelona and Getafe. And within this game, Barcelona has tied against Getafe 0-0. Now, let me get one thing very clear. This was a very bland, boring, flat performance coming from Barcelona. I'm sorry that I do have to say this. I'm not necessarily frustrated because at the end of the day, Barcelona have gone into second place and they have secured that spot, which is again, second place. And they're going to be in the Spanish Super Cup tournament that will be held next season. That is the only thing that I was basically asking for. I wanted Barcelona to maintain that second place spot. Now again, just because I did say that they played flat, boring, like bland football, I'm just going to say this, like, okay, Barcelona have done their job, they have done okay. It's just that I wish that we left this season with a great note, on a high note. I know that we do have another game in hand, which will be against Villarreal at the Camp Nou, but I wanted to end in a very good note, like finishing our last 3 games like very well, to know that okay, we have secured the second place position and now we're going to be here and play beautiful football, right? That is how we ended and that's how we're going to be starting next season, right? Because if we can do this while Xavi Hernandez was taking over back in November of 2021, let's see what we can do going on to that next season. And so that is why I wanted these players to give it their all, to play beautiful football, to, yes, win the remaining last 2 or 3 games and play beautiful football. That is what I wanted to see, but we did not see that against Getafe. We saw very flat performances. These players did not look like they care. They're like, okay, let's just get our 1 point, let's secure the second place position, and let's move forward from there. And so let's talk about that, right? So let's talk about the performances that we did see. There were a few players that did really interest me a lot, and especially coming from the young players. We're going to be talking about just what made this game so flat, and let's talk about the starting 11, because we did see a very expected starting 11. We saw Riqui Puig, we saw Alejandro BALDE, Mingueza playing as a center back, Ferran Torres playing as a right winger. We saw Ansu Fati and Dembele being benched. It is quite clear that Xavi Hernandez wants to reserve their energy because we do have another very important game, which will be against Villarreal. Now, like I've said, we have and secured the second place position, but we want to end on a good note. It does make the most sense, and we want to play in the best way possible because this is FC Barcelona. And so let's see how this does turn out, right? Let's see how the decisions that we have made in this game reflect what we're going to be doing on that final match. Because again, let's go into this game and talk about the match between Barcelona and Getafe. And going into the first half, we saw a very I would say uninterested Barcelona. Like, for example, I was way more interested in watching the other games out there that were being played. Like, for example, the match between Sevilla and Atletico Madrid. That really did interest me. I wanted to see what that game was going to turn out to be. But when it comes to this game, Barcelona played very uninspiring football. Just to make it very short and to save everybody time, I'm going to be showing you guys a picture so you guys can see exactly what Barcelona did produce. So this is the reason why I do say, like, let's end this season as soon as possible and restart, like, fresh next season. Because, like, you look at these numbers and you look at what Barcelona did. Barcelona had a total of 2 total shots compared to Getafe, who had a total of 8. When it comes to shots on target, we had a total of 0, and Getafe had a total of 3. Like, what is going on here? What is this? And so Barcelona also had, when it comes to shots inside the box, they had a total of 1. Getafe had 4, right? 4 times more than Barcelona. When it comes to shots outside the box, Barcelona also had 1 and Getafe had 4. And so you can see that Getafe in this game, they looked much more inspired, and it is because of a very big reason and a reasonable reason, right? Because Getafe were trying to fight to continue to play in first division football. If they were to lose this match or tie this match, they were probably going to have to wait until the next game to see whether they're going to be in first division next season. But because they have tied this game against Barcelona, Getafe will be in first division football next season. So they celebrated, they were happy, but so there was a reason on why Getafe were trying to take their chances. But Barcelona right here looked way too comfortable. Like really, you had Ferran Torres, you had Aubameyang, you had Memphis Depay starting in your front 3, and we couldn't have more shots than Getafe, like really. And so I hope, and this is why I do say that whatever does happen next season is something that we see. Like, I want to see these players pay the price for looking so flat, for looking so uninspired. Like, there's a reason why I believe Xavi Hernandez wants to see reinforcements in every position, is to put these like players in humongous pressure to know that, okay, if I I do not produce a lot, if I don't come in here with los ganas, right? Like ganas, like bring everything that you can on this field. If they don't do that, right, they're going to be taken off and you're going to be replaced by a different player. Like for example, if Memphis Depay performed like this and we had someone like Ansu Fati or someone like, let's say, Ferran Torres, then take Memphis off like on the 60th minute, on the 65th minute, and then going into the next game, you don't use Memphis Depay at all. Like really make these players feel like they deserve to be taken off because of what they did on the field. Like if you don't play with intensity, if you don't show that you actually want to produce results, then you should be taken off. If someone like, let's say for example, right, let's paint scenarios. If Dembele does not produce what he's supposed to be producing, put in Rafinha and take off Dembele, or put in Adama Traoré if he continues to stay here, of course. Put him in and take out Dembele. If Rafinha doesn't produce well, put in Dembele and take out Rafinha. And so that's how it should be. And I hope that Xavi is thinking in that way. And so, look, I get like many are going to be saying like, oh no, these players are just tired, Kevin. They're mentally tired, physically tired. Bro, like our game was 7 days ago. 7 days ago. And we have been playing like this for the past month. We have been playing one game every 7 to 8 days. And so I don't understand what this, like, why are we seeing this type of energy? Like, we need more eagerness to win. And let's go individual, right? So let's talk about Mingueza and Alejandro BALDE, because when it comes to these two players, I'm just going to say this. I think that they have impressed, but I just felt like they could have done so much more. Like I'm much more impressed with someone like Alejandro BALDE than with someone like Mingueza. And let me explain. Let's talk about Mingueza first, because to be honest, in those first 45 minutes, Mingueza did not look so comfortable in that defensive line. He looked very unreliable, I would say. He second-guessed many of his movements. And what did not really resonate with me very well is to know that Mingueza is someone that does not show a lot of physicality, and he does not have a lot of technique within his game. And I'm like, okay, like you need at least one of these two things in order to do something within a Barcelona team, right? To show that, yes, you are ready to at least be the second option within that defensive line. So when it comes to Alejandro BALDE, he was also okay. Like he brought the energy. He generated very little though when it came to the attacking output. Defensively, he was awesome. Like defensively, he was really, really solid. And this is what gives me the confidence, right? To say that one day we might actually see Alejandro BALDE start for Barcelona, like in the middle of the season, and play a very important game, because I do think that this player has the capacity to be Barcelona first team material. Like, yes, it did seem like we missed Jordi Alba a lot when it comes to those crosses, that attacking output, but Alejandro BALDE is still very young. Yes, of course, he did not produce the exact same thing like Jordi Alba, but defensively he was very solid. And I think that is what's going to make BALDE different from Jordi Alba. Maybe we might actually get a left back that is way more defensively stable than someone like Jordi Alba, but has, let's say, a little less than what Jordi Alba has to provide in terms of the attacking output. And so, look, there's a reason on why I'm not going to go too hard when it comes to Mingueza and BALDE, because even though they had their flaws within the game, we have to remember that Mingueza does not get a lot of minutes. We have to remember that BALDE especially barely saw any first team minutes in this season under Xavi and under Ronald Koeman. But I do have more faith on someone like Alejandro BALDE. I do think that eventually he'll get to that level. I just do not think that he is ready yet to be fully relied on. Like, for example, if we faced against Man City or Bayern or Liverpool, like tomorrow, I would not put Alejandro BALDE, but would I also place BALDE like in a game against Betis or Villarreal or maybe even Sevilla? I would greatly do that, so he can boost his confidence. Like in this game against Getafe, he had one blocked shot, he had one interception and one tackle, and he was not even dribbled past not once within the first 45 minutes. And so it was great, right? I liked it. It was okay with Alejandro BALDE, and it was okay with Mingueza. When it comes to Riqui Puig, he also did okay. He was solid. He always speed up the play. He had a lot of creativity on the field. He always looked for those through passes. And so I'm not going to say that Riqui Puig is bad. It's just that many of us do have that problem of trying to compare Riqui Puig to someone like Xavi and Pedri, and that's not like that is something reasonable to say. Like, of course you're going to try and say like, okay, is Riqui Puig as good as someone like Pedri and Xavi, because you want to have this midfield at the highest level as much as possible. And Xavi Hernandez also does want to see that. He wants to have good reinforcements for someone like Pedri and Xavi, because they are very important to this Barcelona squad. So when it came to the individual game of Riqui Puig, Mingueza, BALDE, it was solid, it was okay. There were flaws, but overall as a collective, Barcelona did not have that A game game that many of us wanted to see. But now let's go into the second half. So going into that second half, again, it was the exact same type of tempo, the exact same rhythm. Alejandro BALDE, right? He was really trying to pick up his game, because I do think that Xavi was saying, okay, look, you need to bring more of that attacking output on that final third area, and BALDE did exactly that. He was really impressing, and he was really trying to connect with Memphis Depay. We saw Ansu Fati trying to connect with Alejandro BALDE, and so he was really improving his game. That is the only thing I do ask for when it comes to these young players is, like, yes, I do expect to see some flaws from you. I do expect you to have some defects on the field. But if you are asked to do some things better and you actually deliver, that shows me and that shows us that you do have the capability to improve your game. So I love that. When it came to Mingueza, he also improved his defensive game. He was trying to protect the ball way more and a lot more. His ball distribution, though, does need to improve. Like, for example, we saw Unal from Getafe trying to press Mingueza many times, but Mingueza was dealing with that very good. And so I was really happy with Mingueza's improvement through this game. And then fast forwarding towards the 70th minute, we saw basically Barcelona, again, as a collective, they did not play well. They still only had one shot on target by the 70th minute. We saw Memphis Depay. He had to get out very early because I do think that he did injure his calf, which was very unfortunate because I think that Memphis was gaining momentum in that second half. We saw Luke de Jong replacing Memphis, Ansu Fati coming in on the left. And once we did see Ansu Fati coming in more on the left, we saw a much more alive Ansu Fati, and I love to see that. I just think that Ansu Fati was made to play on that left wing. Yes, he can play as a striker, but on the left side, he is just a completely different monster. He is, and he was that true outlet for Barcelona in that second half. And the other thing, right, stepping away from Ansu, Mingueza, Puig, Alejandro BALDE, and all of those topics, right, I want to talk about Ferran Torres, because what did not resonate with me so well in this game was Ferran Torres playing the full 90 minutes. Like, for what? Like, why are you playing Ferran Torres a full 90 minutes when he was doing nothing with the ball? Like, I understand that off the ball, like, he's great, right? He brings all of those spaces to his teammates, but in this game especially, like, I just do not even think he benefited this Barcelona team at all, and especially with the ball. He had two clear chances through these 90 minutes and he wasted it. And not only did he wasted it, but he looked very like he did not look interested in trying to convert that chance into a goal. Like, he gave very little like power to his shots, very little like focus to his shots. Like, I don't know what was going on through Ferran Torres' head, but it did not look like he was in the moment when trying to create those opportunities. Like, again, he had two clear chances and he did not take advantage of that. Like, there was this one moment, I don't know if you guys can remember, but he did receive the ball. He tries to flick the ball, but he barely put any power on that. Like, that is exactly what I do mean. Like, where is the interest? Where is the power? Where is the eagerness to try and achieve the 3 points with Barcelona? Like, show some effort. And so I have no idea why Xavi Hernandez did not even think about subbing him out. Like, for example, like, we have other players on the bench that were willing to put in so much more than what Ferran Torres was doing on that right flank. Why not put in Adama Traoré? Why not put in someone like Dembélé? And so if you continue to do this, right, and I'm speaking about Xavi Hernandez, if you continue to do this and you continue to place Ferran Torres for the full 90 minutes and he's performing like this at such a low level, like a 5 out of 10, you're going to make this player believe that he's doing well. Like, you're going to make this player believe that he is doing nothing wrong. And that is a huge problem because he really doesn't do anything with the ball. And so let's see if we do see some improvements next season. Because, again, bringing that topic up, I hope that we get Rafinha. I hope that Dembélé does like become a monster on that right flank. I hope that Ansu Fati gets the full like fitness that he does deserve and he doesn't get any injuries, because then we're going to be fully capped on the left side and on the right side, and then Ferran Torres is going to have to really fight for those positions, whether it's on the left or whether it's on the right side, and especially if you even want to make up an excuse and play like as a striker, because we're going to be having Lewandowski, we're going to be having Aubameyang, and so I want a fully capped, maxed out, maximized front three. And even with the subs, the people who are on the bench, so you can really feel that competitive, that healthy competition in this squad. I really want to see that. And so going into the 81st minute, that was probably like the closest time we actually had in front of goal. Like there was a long pass that was distributed to Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati makes that first touch, which was beautiful, right? Like that first touch that he had, what really did remind me of what Messi did with Argentina against Nigeria in that 2018 World Cup. It was an amazing world-class first touch, but he was marked very fast. Getafe really tracked back as fast as possible. They had like 2 men marking Ansu Fati all the time, but that was basically it. Barcelona did not produce anything at all. It was a very boring game, a very flat game. I have no idea why these players do not seem like interested as a collective to achieve the 3 points, because this is Barcelona. We want to win 100% of the time, but that's basically it. Getafe, congrats to them for staying in first division. They really showed that they wanted to, at the very least, tie this game. They played with 5 men on that defensive line. They really tried to take advantage of Barcelona playing with low intensity. And so again, congrats to them. And I also want to congratulate Barcelona for finally finishing this season. Great, right? I hope that when we go into the Camp Nou next week on Sunday, we try to celebrate Xavi Hernandez from bringing us from 9th place in La Liga. We have to remember where we came from. We came from 9th place in La Liga, and now we have solidified the 2nd place position within La Liga. We are okay. We are going to be in the Spanish Super Cup, and oh my God, bro, like, please, I hope that Barcelona do give it their all next season in all competitions. I don't care if it has to do with the Super Cup, the Copa del Rey. Let's win every title possible. This is Barcelona. Xavi did not do this just so we can like not even try in the Spanish Super Cup or not even try in the Copa del Rey. We want to compete in everything. So congratulations to Xavi Hernandez. This is the man to lead us forward. He knows exactly what he's doing. The fact that he was able to pick up this team that was economically broken, mentally broken, physically broken, and put them into 2nd place, beating Real Madrid 4-0, beating Sevilla by 4 goals, beating Atletico Madrid by 2 goals and scoring 4 goals, beating all of these teams, right? This is the man. Xavi Hernandez, you are the man. You are the one that's supposed to lead us, taking forward. I do believe in you. You do have a huge backing in this Barcelona fan base, and I just cannot wait to see what this transfer window is going to look like. Yes, I want players like Tonali, Koulibaly, Lewandowski, Lautaro Martinez, anybody, like Rafinha. Let's strengthen this squad and let's do better next season, and hopefully we win at the very least 2 trophies. I want to win 2 trophies next season. I can't even speak anymore, right? Because I'm getting too excited because of what we could do in our projection, right? Let's do this, guys. I cannot wait. Let's see again what this transfer window does turn out to be. Let's make the right moves, and so we move. The next game is going to be against Villarreal, which will be next week on Sunday. It's going to be at the Camp Nou. Let's celebrate, my friends. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone is having a great Sunday. Let's have a great week within these next 6 days. And that's it. I'm going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona post-match review right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.